Hi everyone, I'm about to do the most spontaneous video I have ever done, ever. I'm going to attempt a 24-hour readathon. I only decided this about half an hour ago because there's the reason why I'm looking around so much, gigantic spider somewhere in my room. Last seen on my bed. I can't sleep. It's not going to happen. I cannot sleep in this room tonight. So in the hope of it appearing so I can get rid of it at some point in the night, I'm going to stay awake all night reading. And worst case scenario, I will take a small nap once people have gone to work in the house. Downstairs tomorrow morning at silly o'clock, like 6 a.m. or something. I'll get a few hours then just to boost myself for the rest of tomorrow day, where I will then read a bit downstairs, then when everyone gets in, read up here so I can squeal for help should I need to. I don't do spiders, and I know there's so much more else going on in the world right now, but my spider phobia is horrendous. I'm not so bad with smaller ones, but this one's pretty big. And it was on my bed. And if it had been somewhere else, I might have been okay. But it was last seen on my bed. We've hunted high and low. We can't find it. No. So my plans for this readathon are... I'm currently working on another video as well, which you will have seen by now because this will have gone up last week. But I'm currently working on a video where I'm using this book currently to work out whether I read faster on my Kindle or physical books. And because I just want to get that continued on with, I'm going to be reading that first, and then I was going to do the same with the second Shopaholic book as well, so I will also read that. And then I figured that I may as well just kind of reread the whole Shopaholic series. So I'm going to reread the whole Shopaholic series during this readathon, because at least I know that will keep me giggling, distracted, happy, limited amount of stress. I just don't know where this gigantic spider is. I can't cope. So yeah, that's my plan. It's starting at 11 p.m. and we're not too far away from there now. And so I'll end 11 p.m. tomorrow night. And like I said, this wasn't planned, so I can't believe I'm doing this to myself, but I can't sleep in here. I can't. Nope. So I may as well try and make this constructive and have some sort of purpose, rather than me just sitting here having panic attacks over a giant spider on my bed that I can't find anymore. So I not long ago passed the 12-hour mark, although I haven't actually managed to read for the full 12 hours. As you have seen, I, at the 8 a.m. mark, was starting to really struggle, and I'd made it down here to the sofa and I just wanted to shut my eyes. By that point, I want to point out I had been awake for 24 hours. If I'd started this readathon, if I'd had the foresight to know that that spider was going to creep me out so badly last night, and started the readathon yesterday morning, I could have made the whole 24 hours. Like, I managed to stay awake. I've had about 2 hours sleep. I've just had breakfast. I thought I was going to go back to bed and go to sleep and give up because I was that tired I didn't care. And while I think I am going to go back to bed and man up a bit, I am also going to read in bed, I think. I will also give you an update when I get there. I just ache so badly. Sofa sleeping for a couple of hours is not the way. Probably better described as sofa napping, actually. And this living room's so cold compared to my room. I'm tucked up in my blanket like a brrr. So yeah, before I head upstairs, I just thought I'd give you a little update, since I couldn't update in the night without risking waking everyone up. And everyone else has work today, so that would have been mean and rude of me. So I started this readathon of mine on page 154 of the first Shopaholic book. That book ends on page 320, and obviously I read the entire amount. That didn't take long, a couple of hours. So that meant that I ended the first book with 166 pages read. That was at 2 a.m. So 3 hours into my readathon, I'd read 166 pages. The second book totaled 342 pages, which I finished at about 7:20 a.m. That put me up to 508 pages read. So at the... God, I can't even do basic maths, I'm so tired. At the 9 hour, that's right, isn't it? No. At the 8 hour mark, I'd read 508 pages. I then came down here and read some of book 3. I'm currently on page 33, so I've not got overly far in that. So 33 plus 508 is 540 something. My brain's gone. 2 hours sleep. So yeah, I would have hoped to be further than this by now, but at the same time, I think I'm doing pretty well for such a spontaneous, I'm gonna just stay awake because I'm scared of a spider. I mean, like, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know whether that's just more rational thought from me, or whether how I feel right now is more rational thought, which is I'm basically that tired. I don't care if the spider was on my head right now. That's how tired I am. I just want some sleep in a comfy bed. I'm not going to, because then I probably won't sleep tonight. I might have another nap this afternoon though and bump my total amount of hours slept up to 3. I'm never doing this again, by the way. Never doing this again. Like, why do people do this to themselves? I'm all up for trying to read as much as I can in 24 hours and treating it like a normal day sleep-wise, but I'm never doing this sleep deprivation thing again. Like, my eyes burn, my head feels kind of swollen-y, my body feels heavy, like I'm dragging it through thick, deep mud. And yeah, it just doesn't feel good for you. Like, why do you people do this? People that do this regularly, why? It is a fun thing to try though. It's something I've always wanted to do. So thank you, Spider, for influencing me, I guess. I should probably stop waffling now because it's raining really heavy out and there's nothing better than a bit of cozy reading to the rain. So I'll read down here for maybe another 10-15 minutes listening to the rain, and then I might go and be brave and go back in my room. And I mean, what I should do is make the most of being able to sit in a different room, because like everyone's out right now. I'm home alone, which isn't something that I got to experience for the first couple of months of lockdown. But I am home alone now. I should make the most of being in the living room. I have space to vlog that isn't just my bedroom. I should be making the most of this, but I ache so much. I really ache. I just want to quickly talk about the effects of sleep deprivation as well, because I feel like even though I've had a couple of hours sleep, I feel really affected. I feel like, I don't know whether it's caused again by a spider, but throughout the night you'll have noticed the vlog clips I have got, depending on which clips I use for this vlog versus another vlog I'm also working on 2 videos at once in the middle of the night. But depending on if I've used these clips, you'll see me like being really twitchy and acting like I've seen things in places. And it just happened to me just as well when I was reading then. I felt like I saw a spider. And then when I looked, there was nothing there. And I thought, it kind of looked a bit like the curtain moved. And I looked again and I was like, nope, there's no draft coming from anywhere. The curtain definitely did not move. Like, what is going on? I feel like I'm hallucinating, and yeah, this is bad for you. As cozy as reading to this rain is, I'm gonna risk going upstairs because it's so dark in here from this rain, and my room's always got quite good lighting. I've done it. I feel very uncomfortable, very anxiety filled, but I've come back up here and I've sat on the bed, which is something I haven't done for over 12 hours. I did use it to kind of rest my feet on throughout the night when I was reading or sat in my desk chair, but I did. It was always with washing the bed in the corner of my room. I've certainly not sat on it and turned my back to everywhere. I feel really quite anxious. This is ridiculous. Phobias are awful. I'd like to point out the only other thing that I can think of that I'm like this with, to any sort of extreme, is wasps. Everything else I'm pretty good with. I've not really got a problem with snakes. Not that there'd ever be a snake just randomly chilling somewhere in my room. I'm fine with bees. Yeah, I just don't do wasps and big spiders. I'm okay with smaller spiders. I see a smaller spider, I'm like, carry on about your day. Thanks for eating the flies. But big spiders, nah, I just can't. I stroked a tarantula when I was in year 6 at school, and that helped me get over my fear of tarantulas. But your average spider that's quite big in this country doesn't look anything like a tarantula, and so it doesn't help at all. And when it isn't around, when there's no big spiders around and I'm not quite as anxiety filled, I just go around thinking, yeah, I'm really silly about that phobia, aren't I? Like, they're fine. It's not going to do anything to me. Then the moment it's there in front of me, I lose it. I totally freak out. I can't. I should probably get some sort of help for it, to be honest, because it's not fun being this scared of just being in your room. Like, I should be feeling relaxed. Like, this is my safe space, and this eight-legged freak, which isn't really doing anything wrong really, has ruined that feeling for me, and I just feel so on edge. Why am I waffling so much to you? I wanted to do a quick book update. So as I said, I did finish this one about 2 a.m. This was a reread. They are all rereads up until number 3, 4, 5, around 6 or 7. Can't even think how many there are now. There's a couple I've not read later on in the series that I probably won't even get to in this readathon anyway, so not too bothered. But yeah, this one, the original book, as it were, isn't actually the first book I ever read. The first book I ever read in this series, and it was indeed this exact copy, is Shopaholic Ties the Knot, because I bought this one when I was about 15, and I didn't realise it was part of a series at the time, mainly because the description makes it sound like something you can just randomly pick up, and indeed you can randomly just pick definitely any of the earlier ones up. I'm not sure about the later ones, I've not reread them in ages. But they all do a really good job of kind of explaining how you've got to where you are now. So you don't really need to have read them. It fills you in. So yeah, I actually had a good time reading this. And then once I read it about that age, I was like, oh, this is part of a series. And that's when I started getting the first 2 books and then collected from then on out. And yeah, it's one of my favourite comfort read series. So I think it's really... Oh, I thought I saw something again. I told you, you see things when you suffer from lack of sleep. But yeah, this what was I saying? This is the book that started it all for me, and it's the one I'm currently working on, so I shouldn't be talking about this one. This one, on the other hand, I noticed when I rated it on Goodreads at like 2 a.m. that the last time I reread this, I gave it 4 stars. This time I'm giving it 5 stars because nostalgia. That's it, I was talking about comfort reads. This series is just such a comfort read for me, and it's just really helped me through the night. Like, I was giggling away to myself while reading it. It's such a fun series. Don't get me wrong, it has its problems. If we're going on problematic elements, this series, you could easily start knocking stars off, but I'm not judging on that right now. I'm judging on my entertainment. Do these books do what they are assigned to do, essentially, which is entertain? Yes, they do. How much entertainment do they provide me? Full hog, so 5 stars. The second book, this one had me crying my eyes out at about 4 a.m. Would that be the right time? Maybe more 5 a.m. I don't know, it all just feels like one big hour at this point. But this had me absolutely crying my eyes out. I was a mess. So this one was another 5-star read, which I'd also given it 5 stars the last time I reread it according to Goodreads, so that makes sense. It probably made me cry then too, to be honest. But the most interesting thing of all for me was that I think I said earlier in the vlog that the Kindle thought it was going to take me, like, was it 7, 8, 9 hours to read each one of these? I'm flying through these in like 5 hours a piece. I don't know whether it's partly because I I can't even talk. I don't know whether it's partly because I reread. I think it probably is. So I'm flying through them extra quickly, but I'm getting some of the most page amounts I've ever realised that I could read during this experiment. Like, I did not know, for example, as I am tracking this for another video, I did not know that I was capable, where's my highest number, of reading 80 pages in 1 hour. Like, what? These books are just so much fun, so easy to fly through, so comforting, and I need to check out whether any of them are on Scribd so that I can play some Animal Crossing today without actually missing out on page count, because I do need to play some Animal Crossing today. I've also got a FaceTime with Luke at some point and do a couple of other little chores around the house, since I am now the only one not yet back at work. So that, yeah, I could really do with one of these showing up on Scribd, I think. But if not, no worries. We'll just see how far we get via my poor hallucinating eyes. Okay, so it's now several months later, and I just wanted to finish this vlog off. I didn't do any more reading from what I remember. I don't know where I updated you last, but I made it about halfway into Shopaholic Ties the Knot. And at that point, I just totally gave up. I was too tired. I slept a bit. I then was totally burnt out and didn't want to read ever again, quite frankly. So, yeah. I don't know whether I'd ever try a 24-hour readathon ever again. But if I did, I'd make sure I got some sleep first. Which, granted, this time I only did it this way because of the spider, which to this day, by the way, several months later, I've never seen again since. So, missed out on sleep for nothing there really, but never mind. I think I covered everything else I wanted to say earlier in this video, so such things as sleep deprivation is not good for you, and reading a lot all at once is not good for your overall wanting to readness either. It helps you burn out far too quickly. So yeah, that's my conclusions from this, and I don't currently have any plans to try this ever again, but like I said, never say never. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!